Hello everyone, I'm Michał,
And I'm Sylvia.
and today we're gonna talk to you about the question that we're getting the most when we're telling people that we're polyamorous, which is how do we deal with jealousy?
If you haven't checked it out yet, we are now offering online relationship coaching and life coaching sessions.
All the details are on our website, so check it out. And before you commit to any sessions, you can get a free 30-minute consultation.
We're super excited to connect with you and to take on this journey together and help you live the life of your dreams. I think before we go into details about how we actually deal with it, it's important to talk a little bit about what is the role of jealousy in our relationship. What is our attitude towards it?
The most important thing is that we welcome jealousy in our relationship. It sure is a challenging emotion. It makes us feel sometimes very uncomfortable, but we choose to see it as a gift that allows us to see something important rather than an element we just want to eliminate and forget about.
Therefore, we don't try to make it go away. Instead, we just observe it and accept it because it comes as a messenger which shows us parts of us that are buried very deeply inside and that surface whenever we feel jealous. Therefore, it's very useful to help us grow and become stronger.
Jealousy can be one of the most powerful and challenging emotions that we ever experience in our relationship. But it is also the most transformational because when we dedicate time to actually process it and go through with it and go deeper into what is causing it really, we always realize that after this process is completed, our relationship just goes to another level.
When we consciously choose to embrace jealousy and all the challenges and hardships it brings with it, we actually start changing our perception of love. We see love as something infinite. Just because Michał is offering love to someone else, it doesn't mean that he loves me less. It's actually the opposite. The more love, the more love. It doesn't mean that his love for someone else would bring me lack. And when we are able to actually realize this at an experiential level, we can really feel our hearts and minds expanding so much.
So how do we actually do that? Well, facing jealousy can be very challenging and painful at times. So we came up with few strategies and few practices that we do to help us support each other and go through with it.
The most important thing that we do is probably holding space for each other. So when one of us feels jealous, we always try to create this supportive space. Sometimes we talk about it, sometimes we just hug each other, sometimes we just cry together, sometimes one of us listens to the other for a long time and witness this processing. Whatever it looks like, we really try to honor that emotion as it is happening in the moment without trying to suppress it, but just really feeling it. And whenever we do this, we usually feel this lightness, this going through something, overcoming an obstacle, and that feels great.
Another thing we do is deconstructing the feeling of jealousy. And sometimes we might be feeling like we would prefer to be alone and just don't share it with the other person, but actually we found that it is very helpful to talk about what you're feeling. And we found that what really helps is to describe exactly what you are feeling. So not only say that you're jealous, but try to combine it with any shades of this jealousy. Does it bring any other emotions like pain or anger, suffering, or anything else you might be feeling? Where is this emotion? Is it in your heart, in your chest, in your stomach? Describing this emotion to such detail brings us just a new level of clarity and allows us to fully understand the emotion that we're feeling.
Something else that we do is reminding ourselves of the beauty of love itself and of our relationship as well. We love the fact that we are free to connect with anyone that we might possibly feel attracted to. And if I like to do that myself, and if it feels good and if it feels pure when I do it, then it will also feel probably good and pure for Michał. And when we remind ourselves of this, of the fact that the other person is, just sharing love with someone else, and that this is something as beautiful as can be and really healthy for us and for our relationship and for each of us individually, then everything becomes much easier.
We also find it very important to keep in mind the goals of our relationship. So that just simply means that we want to be together. I want to be with you. I love you. We are thinking of having a long life together and a family together. And the fact that we want the same things and our goals are so aligned makes it much easier to go through those harder moments in our relationship.
And lastly, we keep in mind that our emotions are our own only. So if I feel angry or jealous or upset, and if it was triggered by something that Michał did, I still remind myself that he did not cause that to me. It's an emotion that is just inside me, and I have the power to deal with it and to transform it and to grow with it and learn with it.
This might seem quite easy when we talk about it, but it's actually not easy for us. It's a very challenging process, and it is taking a lot of time and work and patience and energy and effort. But we just find it so rewarding, and it allows us to grow, and we feel that it's just building our relationship and takes it where we really want it to go.
When we were in a monogamous relationship, jealousy was always surfacing very often. I think the difference was that then we were trying to delete its external causes and trying to change our actions towards it. And what was happening when we did that was that it was just coming up more and more, and often in a more intense way, because it was just accumulating and accumulating. And now what we do is we deal with the root of it. We deal with the internal cause, and therefore it has a purpose. Jealousy has a purpose in our relationship. It is helping us grow from the inside, from an authentic way.
So rather than focusing on the symptoms, we actually go into the root and the cause of it.
We hope that you enjoyed this video and that it has brought you some clarity over the topic of jealousy. And if you have any other questions, just feel free to drop them in the comments below.
We love you very much, and we wish you a wonderful, wonderful day. Enjoy!
Bye!